Welcome back to the Afro Anime Initiative podcast. I'm your host, Darrin Bradley, and here at the Afro Anime Initiative, we discuss everything in Afrofuturism from A to Z, plus some new letters that we made up because, it's the future. You never know what's going to happen. Let's get right into it with today's episode. And man, this great news. Blade from the Marvel Disney finally has a writer, and it is, I got to make sure I say her name right. It is Stacy Osa Kofor. She's the lady that wrote Watchmen. And if you haven't seen Watchmen from HBO, oh my God, it's dope. It's a continuation, really, kind of the movie and the comic book combined, but it's a continuation of it, and it is one of the best series that came out in the past few years. It is well written, well acted, but the dialogue in there is high literature to me. And again, if you ever read Watchmen, the comic book, that's some great stuff. I was so excited about this news, I forgot to drop the social medias for the podcast. You can follow us at Afro Anime Initiative on Facebook and on Instagram. And on Facebook, we have a group and we have a Facebook page, so follow both. You can follow us at Afro_AI on Twitter. Contact us directly and right here on YouTube, Afro_AI. But yeah, this is great news. And she's a black female writer. This is Marvel's first. I'm so hyped for Blade right now. I mean, I was already hyped for it anyway. But now, I cannot wait to see what Marvel does. And now that we got news that Deadpool 3 is going to be rated R, that means we got hope that they're going to make Blade rated R. I'm sorry, Blade has to be a rated R movie. Blade got to get dirty. It's not even about cursing. It's about showing the blood. It's vampires. Got to show blood. It's vampires, okay? So I look forward to this now. Like I said, with this writer, with Stacy on it, this is going to be really dope because, I mean, she did really incredible work on Watchmen. I mean, the character interactions, the connection to both the movie and the comic book, it was done so well. And, I mean, you got to give her credit for that because she was one of the main writers on there. So, yeah, that's how excited I was about that news. I look forward to it. I cannot wait. My next story up, this is going to be a quick one, guys. It's just me. 5 stories, really quick. So hit me up in the YouTube comments, or like I said, hit me up on Twitter _AfroAI. And probably in the next couple hours, right after this goes up, I'll be available to talk about some of these stories. Next up, more great Marvel news. Ryan Coogler's Proximity Media just struck a deal for TV with Disney all around. It's not just Disney Plus, it's Disney Plus, it's Hulu, and ESPN. And we already know Ryan Coogler got the Wakanda. He does Creed. Like, he wrote these, he's directing, he produces, and he's hooking up his friends. He's giving black actors more jobs. He's giving black musicians jobs, composers. And the movie that's coming out soon, I didn't write down the time. I'm so sorry. Judas and the Black Messiah, which is coming out to HBO. Marvel has seen the early reviews of that, and of course the hype after that trailer dropped. We talked about that second trailer a couple of episodes ago. Marvel locking them up. Like, nah, Ryan, bring everybody back over here. Give us some of that black magic. Because I'm looking forward to Judas and the Black Messiah, but I'm also super hyped about Ryan Coogler producing a Wakanda TV series. We could just do a whole thing about the culture of Wakanda outside of just the Panther and his superhero antics. And I know this because, have any of you guys been reading Ta-Nehisi Coates' run on Black Panther? The man was writing like 4 to 5 books at a time, and it was expanding on the culture and the history of Wakanda, not just the Black Panther is cool and they've never been conquered and Claw did some stuff. And if Ryan Coogler can bring some of the Ta-Nehisi Coates books to life on TV, especially with Disney Plus, with the time they can allow, 30-minute or hour episodes, it should be fabulous. And just getting deeper into the culture of Wakanda. How does the culture unconquered? I mean, what is that about? What heroes do they have? Other than the Black Panther? What mythologies do they have? What do they... Religion and science, because the religious aspect of Wakanda doesn't get explored a lot, even though you have Baas right there, the Panther god, but they don't go into the other gods, the other deities of the country. Ta-Nehisi Coates' Black Panther does all that, and I hope Ryan Coogler picks up all that and brings it to Disney Plus. I don't know about the Hulu stuff, but hey, he did Creed, bringing more stuff like that, and more stuff like Judas and the Black Messiah to Hulu. Disney got to understand, put all your adult stuff on Hulu. Put your over PG-13 stuff on Hulu. Sell the bundles like you're doing Disney Plus, ESPN, Hulu, and everybody's cool because y'all got too many good radar properties and don't waste them. Just don't waste them. But again, back to Ryan Coogler, Proximity Media, and like I said, it's right now is really just fun and exciting to think about what he's gonna do with Black Panther and a Wakanda TV show. But yeah, that's all I feel. Tell me how you feel about Ryan Coogler getting this gig, getting this deal, because it's his company. It's not just him. He's not just working with, but his company is getting all these deals. And you know he does really cool documentaries. So you can use some ESPN documentaries. Like I said, more radar stuff on Hulu and still keep your PG-13 Marvel Disney stuff. It's fantastic. And let this man get a princess. Let him get a black princess. Like I said, Disney is making deals with some of these really cool African content creators in Africa. Hook up Proximity Media and them. Get those meetings together and see what they can come up with. Like, I'm loving the business moves that our black creators are making. Not just creating stuff for other people, but just controlling their stuff, getting their businesses off the ground. I'm feeling it. Ryan Coogler, shout out to you. Speaking of production companies doing their thing on the streaming service side, Crunchyroll announced today through a report on Variety that Idris Elba and his wife Sabrina Elba have signed a deal to produce a sci-fi animated series for Crunchyroll. Of course, anime is Crunchyroll. Green Door Productions, which is Idris' company, and Pink Towel Productions, which is Sabrina's company, his wife. Dope that, hey, it's not just Idris because, you know, he's the name. No, my wife got her own company. She produced stuff. Both companies are going to be co-producing this show called working name, just the room right now, it's just the working name, called Danta. And it's basically about a city where biotechnology is just the way you do stuff. Think about some cyberpunk stuff. You enhance your body, but it's out of control because you got the money for the enhancements. You go up, up, up. But if you don't, down, down, down. So it's making the gap between everybody even worse. I look forward to it, especially on the anime side. But again, more black anime. You know how black people love anime. We've been down for it since day one. But come on, let's be honest. We helped make it cool. We made it cool. So you gotta love when black people produce and create more anime. And again, I haven't forgotten the anime company in Japan owned by black people. We still watching you. You wait, you know, when y'all we gonna talk about it when they ready to drop some hot fire. But this right here, right now, especially with Crunchyroll making this deal right at the Sony Funimation acquisition, they're about to get bought up, but making this deal, be like, hey, we still doing some stuff, even though we're about to be owned by somebody else. And they also announced with this, not just this cool news, they've crossed 4 million subscribers on Crunchyroll. That's great for anime. That's great because, again, cartoons and animation are great, but that leads people into other things. Then you get to go into the books, you get to action figures. You know me collecting action figures. You know I love to collect the action figures. Like, you just expand the audience and you bring in more people to like your stuff. And for them to, again, to focus on more culturally diverse points of view and what people want to bring to the table. And, you know, again, Afro anime, we love anime around here. Can't wait to see more of the influence that black culture has had on anime, like I said, especially since black people help make it cool. You know, you used to get beat up, you talk about that weird stuff. Now, if you don't talk about it, you out the circle. You ain't good. So yeah, and that's going to, like I said, Crunchyroll. So I can't wait. I look forward to it. Once the acquisition is done, I'm officially the podcast officially gonna have that Funimation Crunchyroll account. We just gonna be watching everything. All right, man. Like I said, this is gonna be a quick episode, guys. Like I said, it's just me. But one more thing, and this is just the Golden Globes announced their nominees and stuff. Netflix got 22. I'm saying that because this is big for the streaming wars. Everybody was down on Netflix. Netflix, if they don't put their movies in theaters, they shouldn't get nominated. Now Netflix like, okay, cool. We bought a couple theaters. They in there, nominate us, give us our awards. Now, because we can't go to theaters due to world circumstances, where you get your movies from? Where your awards gonna go to? They gotta go to the streaming stores. The future is now. The future is now. You have to. You cannot sit there and say just because something where you saw it on your home, on your TV, on your laptop, or you watch it on your phone, it's not viable for awards. These people put in hard work. These writers, producers, actors, musicians, the composers, they put in hard work. Just because it's on the streaming service doesn't mean they shouldn't get recognized. But again, it's the Golden Globes, I don't give a crap because the Golden Globes has the history of not truly representing black creatives unless it supports some white supremacy crap. And that's just my opinion. If you disagree with that, hey, hit me up in the comments. We can have a discussion. That's just how I feel. I've never been big on awards after I, in my teenage years, after high school. I'm like, they don't represent us. And they trying to decide what we consider good, especially outside of movies. Let's move away from movies for a second. Especially when it comes to music. Like, how do people who never made music, who only profit from music, get to decide what hip-hop is? Because I'm saying, if you singing, that's not hip-hop. It's called R&B or country or whatever, but it's not hip-hop. Hip-hop is rapping. Now, you can do some melody stuff. You can switch it up. You can Bone Thugs and Harmony. But you still got to be rapping something. And that's a lot of stuff that other people have, with award shows, have blurred the lines of what our culture is. And again, I'm only bringing up the Netflix thing because it's a sign of the times. Streaming, and as you can tell by these black-owned production companies, they're taking advantage of it. They're taking that stuff to streaming services. They're not going to the big studios. They're going to the streaming services and saying, "Hey, you want this? You got it, but you got to put my company on. It's a joint venture. We doing it together, and I got control, ownership, profits from it." See, that's what I'm telling y'all. It's a new world. The old guard is falling down. It's time to switch it up and embrace the switch up. So yeah, I mean, I got one more thing, and I gotta remember. I hope I put the link down in the description below. Sale Press. Am I saying this right? Yes, Sale Press. Last year, December 28, 2020, released a list of 1,000 inspiring black scientists. I'm not gonna go through the list. There's 1,000 of them. I just thought it was super dope that there's a list of 1,000 cool black scientists. Just check out the list. Like I said, I'm gonna put the link in the description below. Look, I said it twice, so I gotta remember to do it now, right? Put the link in the description below. Just check out what they're doing. Check out their work because it's cool. And look, if there's just 1,000 inspiring ones, just imagine how many more out there just trying to get up to that level. Imagine 1,001. Who's 1,002? What crazy stuff are they trying to get into? How many people did they miss off here that not classified as scientists? What if it's a kid in a garage and made some really cool stuff, but they're not on this list? But this can help lead you down there, and I just think it's just cool to have that information out there. And then you get to discover it on your own and figure out what you like about it. Hey, maybe you might not agree. Like, why is number 255 on here? What that don't make. But again, I just thought it was cool, and I'm glad I'm finding about it now for Black History Month. And it's just, I love it. I think it's great. Oh man. So yeah, that was quick. I said it was gonna be quick, but I would like to thank everybody for listening to the Afro Anime Initiative podcast. I'm your host, Darrin Bradley, and once again, you can find us at Afro Anime Initiative on Facebook. That's a Facebook group and a page, and on Instagram, Afro Anime Initiative. We post almost daily over there. Check the story out. We just like to throw stuff up there, especially cool information. And the gram is cool too. I show off my collection of black action figures. Right now it's mostly Marvel and Star Wars, but we're expanding out. Don't worry. We'll expand. We'll expand. But again, I'm a Marvel guy first and foremost, so I'm using the Marvel stuff first. You can follow us also on Twitter, where you can talk to us directly at Afro_AI, and right here on YouTube at Afro_AI. So thanks again for listening. Hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you're enjoying Black History Month, because again, we blowing it up. It's Black History every day. We don't need a month, but when the month come around, we blow it up. Enjoy your day. Peace.